All right, what's up, everyone? What it do? It's your boy Elusive Zig, and I got my boy C Diesel and Lelouch B, and we back with some game chat. How y'all boys doing?
Feeling very splendiferous today. You know, I can't complain.
Who the what? Okay.
Splendiferous.
Big
Right.
Words. Big vocabulary.
I'm actually about
I don't
to
think it's an actual word though. That's like splendid.
It is.
And I don't know what the iferous is.
Phosphorus.
Splendiferous.
Okay, yeah. I spelled that and I didn't like it. It looks ugly.
Speaking of ugly, about these KD trades, bro.
Man. I thought he was gonna go wherever he was supposed to go. I thought KD was gonna end up in Miami somewhere. But now
Miami is not playing.
No.
I mean,
Pat Riley would choke that nigga out.
I didn't know about the exception with their roster because they have Ben Simmons on their roster. Like half the people that they actually wanted to trade for, they can't even get. It's like
they can get him. They're just not gonna get who they want to get out of him.
Wait, why not? Why can't they get him?
The rule is that if you have a young player that had a contract extension, a max contract extension, and you traded for him, you can't then trade for another one of those players. So because Ben Simmons got a contract extension, they traded for him. You can't get anybody else that's a rookie extension, a max rookie extension player on that team.
When they make that rule?
It's been around like forever, since like the 80s. I'm pretty sure it's like one of those rules they got established with Larry Bird, I think.
Was that just?
Yeah.
And why? Why did they make that rule?
The help, because back then there wasn't as much talent as there is now, so niggas would all be on like one coast or all on one team.
Right.
When super teams didn't exist, they never existed.
Right.
You get Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then magically draft James Worthy right after that. That's crazy.
I mean, hey, speaking of super team though, why did LeBron and DeRozan have to show up on a Drew League like that?
Right.
Like, why did they have to do that? they were like
trying to put up the stock for the Drew League single-handedly. That's what that is.
For real. Like,
do they own part of that? Do they own part of the Drew League?
I wouldn't be surprised if they have stock in it at this point. I mean,
and LeBron was just trying to flex.
LeBron, I don't think he does anything that he doesn't like partially own at this point, does he?
Right. Probably not. I mean, honestly, you ain't wrong. Because I seen, when I first found out about it, I seen like a picture of him doing like the Terminator pose shit. I'm like, damn, LeBron's in the Drew League? Let me look up these highlights. And I'm not gonna lie, that was the most casual 42 points I've ever seen anybody put up. Because he's just walking down the court, walk up, three, walk up, dunk. I didn't even know how to describe a casual putback dunk. I don't know how to describe what it looks like. He just casually was doing putback dunks. Like he looked like he was not trying, he was just coasting so heavy on that fucking game.
When you get a supreme athlete, I guess that's what he does. And speaking of supreme athletics, I mean, go ahead and add something for the viewership to watch as we talk over these topics, of course.
Supreme athletics puts up 2K. Let's go.
I mean, they're not real athletics, but hey,
we're gonna get the.
Hey, don't tell that to E-League players, man.
We're gonna get the game chat hoop session live recorded in December when everybody meets up.
All right, bet.
I mean,
when
we trying to make each other, because like the meetup that we got planned right now is the LA Comic Con. So he's trying to do a hoop session.
You can find a court out there somewhere, or just go outside to a playground or some shit.
I'm honestly with it. Don't play with me.
We'll give him a fat ass knee brace.
I'll do it. Or we could just have like free throw contest or something. I don't know. We'll do something fun.
Yeah, I ain't playing that hard.
See, but that's the thing. I am
convention to get to for 3 days. I'm not trying to tear my ACL again.
We play horse. We can do horse or some shit.
All right. I'll make sure I'm dunking by then.
Okay.
It's y'all something crazy.
Okay. Y'all wanna? We kind of already talked about KD a little bit. I just want to get into the Ayton things. Does that relate?
Yeah. Let's. Okay. So I guess the biggest move that's happened as of late in the NBA has been Ayton. I thought, honestly, I mean, I knew that actually the Suns were going to match him, but I thought for a second, like, that the Pacers might actually, be a lot better than I thought they were going to be for one split second. But nah, Phoenix. I like the theory you had, Dev, that the Suns re-sign him, the Suns re-sign him just to trade him.
They can't
He's
now.
trying to trade there. They can't.
They can't trade him for a whole year now, and he has a no trade clause.
Wow.
They can't trade him until January, and then even then he has to agree to that trade now.
So they got to run it back with CP3, Aiden, and Booker.
Yup. So they got
at least until January 15th. That's the first day that they can start putting his name in the trade.
And then he has to like where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was tough. I would have liked to seen the Aiden and Reese duo in Indiana. I feel like that would have been kind of nice to see. Yeah, they weren't gonna let him go for nothing. It's wild though. They've been mad disrespectful to that man. Like after they lost fucking
Monty
Williams was like, yeah, he gave up on us, and he took like a drastically less role when CP3 got there, and he's gotten hella disrespected since then. I don't remember. He was like averaging 19 and like he was averaging like a double, like almost 20 points, 10 rebounds on 63% shooting down there. On like 20 minutes. It's some crazy. Like he's a good big man. He's one of the better bigs in the league, and this nigga's disrespecting him.
I mean, he's supposed to be like a top 5 big in the league, the way everyone hyped him up and talked about him. So I feel like I thought honestly with CP3 being there, that's when we was gonna see like the emergence of Aiden. But
right, it's supposed to be Shaq and Kobe. It's Booker and Aiden supposed to be Shaq and Kobe 2.0.
My man, and this is the draft that brought us Luka Doncic and Trae Young. Like amongst other people, and this is the number 1 pick in that draft. So like,
as I said, didn't he go number 1? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Right. I think I've heard somebody say this. I can't remember. I think it was on one of the basketball podcasts, but they talked about it with. It just big men just take a little bit longer to develop. Usually, there's not that many big men that come in league like they're not Luka where they just come in damn near at his best. Or like Trae only took like a year, and then Trae's immediately like putting up all-star level numbers immediately.
I mean, he's 23. Most players are what in their prime, like 26.
26,
That's
27.
26, 27. He's 23. His field goal percentage has gotten better every year he's been in the league, across the board, even 3-pointers. So I mean, and he's only he in 2021 he played 29.5 minutes in 58 games. That's only 1 minute less than in 2019. He had 32.5 minutes he averaged. So I mean,
he'll be all right. Defense at this point.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I think it's a bit harder for big men to develop in the league just because, I mean, a lot of what they do is physical, and you're not going to be at your physical apex until you are into your adulthood, you know. As opposed to like a guard, like, you know, that's more so skill. Like, you know, it's what you're capable of doing with the ball in your hand.
I don't even think it's that, honestly, as much as because a lot of the big men come in like with man bodies already. I think it's more of a fact of the league's perimeter oriented so much, and as a big man, if you're not able to step out and like at least stick with the wing and then shoot a mid-range shot at least, or like you have to add so many guard skills, and then like they're not coming up getting guard skills instilled in them like that.
Right.
I do want to make a note. You said they're coming in here with grown man bodies.
Yeah. Like look at fucking Aiden and Zion. Like niggas came in there like
them anomalies,
230 pounds.
Anomalies, bro.
Well, who?
Like look at the bigs now. Like, okay, Chad, right? Look at the unicorns. A lot of these bigs who are they're tall. They're tall, but they have to fill out. Look at even AD. AD had to grow into being a big man. Like he was skinny, and then he had to start packing on that weight. Joel came in big, but he's had baby bones still. He had to like his bones had to, for real. Like that man's feet were messed up because he couldn't handle all that weight on his body.
Well, these guys we're talking about in particular, like AD's for sure. Like he had his growth spurt in high school. Like he wasn't a big man. I was like he was a guard. He was a point guard. I was like
that is
and
true.
Then got into a big. Chet Holmgren was a big. Like all the dudes like you're talking about, they were point guards until they had a growth spurt. Like the Aitons and the Zions, like them niggas have been big like their entire life.
But that's what I'm saying.
That big and just strong.
I feel like if you are a big, like okay, talk about my Bulls. Look at Tony Bradley. Mm-hmm. He big, but he's 6'11", 200-something pounds, but he don't use it right. Another 6'11" guy who been in the league for a few years just be babying him. Like it's like, bro, you big? I'm sure he is big. He's been that size for a minute. He just it's like a skilled big, even a skilled. Look at DeRozan. DeRozan just be shooting middies. He's just strong. He just get to his spot and pull up. All so right. I feel like the experience does have a huge role to play in that.
Yeah, I think it's guard skills and then that mentality. Like me growing up being the biggest kid at all, like I didn't have that like as a big man, you gotta have like a certain level of like aggression to you because you're bumping and getting hit 24/7 down there. And even me, like I was big forever. I didn't really get that till I got like around high school. I realized, and I was wrestling at that point. I'm like, all right, controlled aggression. Let's go ahead and like take these hits, flare elbows, do all the little shit. And like Joel Embiid's a prime example of it, where when he got in the league, he was dominant in the post, but he wasn't like the MVP caliber Embiid like he is now until Doc was like, all right, fuck the threes, you're in the post. We're like you're just gonna dominate in the post.
That makes sense, man. That's how you have to be.
Simultaneously killing Ben Simmons' confidence.
Exactly.
He didn't have it already. He didn't have it to begin with anyway. Fuck it.
But he actually did, though.
He did, man. Ben was swaggy for a minute, and then it's just Joel was just like, look, man.
He's front runner. That's just me, though.
Ben's a front. I disagree.
I think he was all confident, talking all that shit when he had when his team was talented, when his teams were deep as shit. And he's number two, when he's the definite number two problem.
In the season where Joel Embiid was out the majority of the season, that's when he got his Rookie of the Year.
Regular season, I'm not I'm not worried about that shit. Like when pressure's on, where his mentality and the pressure's on him is when he fucking folds. A regular season game where you're already like the best player on a max contract, you have free reign to do whatever you want at that point, and then the games don't really matter like that. Especially when you're a rookie and niggas don't expect anything out of you already. You have no expectation on you except to be skilled and be somewhat good.
Yeah, I mean, they went on to have a pretty good season that first season. They made it to the playoffs that year. I mean, they lost, but still.
Nobody had them as like a contender. Nobody expected them to make the playoffs.
Exactly. Nobody expected them to make the playoffs, and they did.
So there's no pressure. You're overachieving at that point. You're front running at that point. But every point after that, where they're looking at the Philly like, oh, Philly about to do it this year. They're about to be contenders. Ben's about to he's about to go to the next level. They fold, except that year, 1 year they had Jimmy, and that's because you have Jimmy fucking Butler on your team.
I mean, Jimmy doesn't play all five positions. He contributed to that greatly. I'm not going to take away from what Jimmy Butler did, but you're not going to say Ben Simmons didn't contribute to that team being at the top of the East for a while.
He contributed, but they took the ball out of his hands when Jimmy got there.
Right, we're not gonna say, bro, like Ben is not a scorer. Like he can score the ball, but he's not a scorer. Like Ben is a defender. He's gonna do everything else on the court. He's gonna rebound, and I feel like everyone wanted him to be the dog like Joel. Like they wanted him to be cocky and brazen and score and give me the ball and demand it. And the man, I agree. There's no stepping away from the fact that he seems kind of flustered or frazzled in the moment, like those big moments. But that's because in those big moments, they want him to be outside of himself. So he's kind of like, they want me to cross this man over and pull up for this midi, but I don't ever do that. That's not me. That's never my game. Like, and if there's Joel in the post, of course I'm gonna pass this shit out. I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm not James Harden. I'm not gonna do all this extra stuff. I get it. Like,
personally, I just want him to be Giannis. Like, you don't need to do a mid-range shot. Like, Giannis literally does not shoot. He just attacks so aggressively to the point where he collapses the defense, and then now he's turned into a fucking elite passer. Ben is, Ben, to me, at least as of now, he's still a better passer than Giannis. So if Giannis is driving and getting like 7-8 assists from just drawing and collapsing the defense, and then they don't even have, like, they've had significantly better shooters on Philly the entire time versus what Giannis has now and had in the past.
Yeah, but I mean, so he's has a black hole in Joel Embiid, and Giannis has a stretch big in Lopez. That's
and Bobby Portis,
right? Like
they go to all the spots. They go to all the spots, so Giannis can just attack, and they're in all the soft spots, just waiting to have the ball.
Yeah, and Chris Middleton, they're there, but they're shooting. Like, I think there's the one series in 20.
It doesn't matter if they're shooting. They're by position. They're stretching the floor. Joel Embiid is not doing that. He is literally crowding the space that Ben Simmons would want to attack. That space that you want him to aggressively push into is going to have another very competent defender there. Like,
the spacing isn't that crazy because they're not committing to those shooters. Like, the shooters are there, but the spacing isn't coming until Giannis is collapsing and drawing that attention so hard down there where you have to bring help to him.
Like, if Brook Lopez isn't already on the perimeter, If he is in the paint instead of being on the perimeter, their spacing is not there.
It's not there. He's on the perimeter, but they're not committed to him. They're cheating down to help Giannis in the paint, to help on Giannis. They're not sitting on Brook Lopez in the corner, which is why they shoot so many open threes and have so many attempts to shoot so many open threes, because they're not sitting with them.
And that's the thing, though. Giannis has nobody down there, so he can literally walk 2 guys to the basket and still go up or get fouled, which is what he does. Ben can't do that. If Ben goes down there to the cup and Joel's standing in the post or Joel's wide open, nah, Ben's not going up on 2 people.
They were trying that for like what, 2 years, where Embiid was shooting so many damn threes. Well, they were doing that. They were just like, all right, Embiid's on the space of the floor and then get his shots whenever, and Ben, you just need to drive at that point. And Embiid, to me, wasn't that much worse of a shooter than Brook Lopez at that point. He was shooting like 30, 33, maybe 35% on like, what, 3-4 attempts? Granted, Brook is shooting more volume because Giannis is getting a lot more collapses on defense. But again, maybe we just haven't found the best fit for Ben yet, obviously. Giannis kind of just made shit work because he's...
I feel like the Nets need to blow it up and just build up around him, man. Like Ben Simmons, surround him with shooters. Surround him with guys who like to play physical, guys who are gritty, and just let Ben be that Steph Curry, golden boy type of personality. Hey, man, don't be picking on Ben. Ben gonna drop a triple double on you every game. He's gonna protect our stars' confidence, make sure he's good,
right,
and cool. Because I feel like he can average a triple double easily. Like he can do that every night. So it's you need to build around that type of player.
I just want him to drive, man. I just want you to be a threat. Like this, if like there's no reason people can just sag off of you so far. And I'm not even saying you have to shoot the ball when you get it. Just collapse, make people like commit to you.
But why are you running a scheme when you're putting a non-shooter in the corner to not be effective in the first place? Like, why would you do that?
That's what you got. You got to work with what you got.
But you can choose to not do that. You can choose to run your offense a different way, and they don't.
What alternative do you have when you don't have the personnel to do that? I mean, they've had it forever because they had Dario Saric, they had Embiid shooting threes at one point, they had stretch bigs, and they were doing that where they were having Embiid come out the game.
Well, Saric get hurt like right when they were playing, they were rolling, and Saric got hurt.
I think that was Phoenix. Saric didn't. Yeah, he like towards ACL in Phoenix, I think.
Okay, but I was like, I know he was important at some point.
No, Saric got hurt in Philly as well.
They had him. They had Enes Kanter. They had a plethora of like shooting bigs there. They had so many fucking shooters in Philly. JJ Redick, they had 1 million shooters.
And during those seasons where they had that, like, they played phenomenally. Top of the league in offense efficiency, top of the league in defensive efficiency.
And when the playoffs came, they lost because niggas were sagging off of Ben so far.
Or because people were also injured. Like, when did they have a fully healthy playoffs besides the year that Jimmy was there?
True. Hey, best available. Again, part of that, do you guys... we've been on like a huge tangent at this point, but
honestly, the whole name of the show is Ben Simmons.
Right. When it comes to ranking players, at what point do we put availability as part of that ranking? Because you're good and you're talented, but if you're never playing, how can I be like, all right, I'd rather take him over you, but I have to always have the aspect of when he's healthy? That's
a huge thing. That's a huge thing. That's the reason why the Bulls got so many point guards right now. Because what if Lonzo just can't? What if he's just not available because he's hurt? Like,
which Embiid's been healthier in like the last 2 years. We've played a lot more games.
Yeah, but I mean, he missed his first 3 seasons essentially.
Yeah, the first 3, and then I think Ben missed his first 1. And then when did he have that knee? Because he tore his meniscus 1 year.
He did that before. Well,
2018 to 2019.
Yeah, in 2016 he only played 31 games.
Right.
Yeah, it was like the first round against Brooklyn. He like this knee landed a weird way or whatever else. But yeah, injuries with that team, and then they've had like, that's the thing. Like, again, I'll give you the injuries part, but for the parts of the series where they were supposed to win, like the series they were supposed to win, because you have the advantage, you have the most talent on that team, and you're supposed to win that, and they flame out in the worst possible way.
I'm not too mad at put everything from the Atlanta thing on Ben though. Like, people try to say that Ben did horrible, but he actually did his role. He clamped on Trae Young. Like, Trae Young had a horrible series after those first couple of games where he snapped. and everyone else also played bad, but somehow all the blame gets put on Ben Simmons specifically, and that's why he just chose to leave.
It's because Ben was having like he was shooting what 2 for 15 or some shit like that. Like he was having. That's my whole thing. It's if you're playing within your role and your role is to play defense, great. But if your expectation is to be the number 1 or number 2 option in your team, and you're supposed to produce numbers and pass, like you just got to do more, bro. You got to do more. Trey was having a terrible shooting series, but Trey was getting to the line. Trey was setting up Kevin Huerter. Trey was still being an effective threat, even though he wasn't shooting.
That's the thing.
And he does that. Trey does not shoot the most efficient, but he gets to the line and gets people in foul trouble and gets his teammates involved. And that's all I want for Ben. I want you just to produce.
And I feel like
be carefree. You
gotta take Joel off the floor. I mean, this is hypothetical, obviously, because Ben ain't there no more.
Right.
You take Joel off the floor. You surround him. That's when you put out your shooters and you say, Ben, we need you in attack mode right now, man. Just start going through people. I don't care if you don't think you got it, bro. Get to the cup, get to your spot, and try to score. You don't have to shoot. Just throw up a floater. Use your touch, man. Joel's not in the game. The paint belongs to you.
Mm-hmm.
Ben needed that speech, man. He needed that speech on the Sixers. He needed somebody to say, yo, hey, he needed Joel, man. The paint belongs to you, bro. I'm out there. You know Joel wasn't doing that shit. Joel was like...
Because he's like, nigga, I'm doing it. Because the thing we talking about Ben doing it and Beat was doing, Beat's like, nigga, I'm fouling people out. I'm making people triple team me down here. I'm doing it. Why would I like not do it and have Ben do it? Exactly. And even with Jimmy wasn't fucking with Ben at all. Obviously, Ben's like, he's not Joel. He was fucking with Ben. He's like, bro, I got Joel. What the fuck I need this man for?
Yeah, you see, Jimmy was telling Joel, shoot more, man.
Shoot, yeah. He was like,
more. Go ahead.
Like, I'm not saying, I don't know if he had like a similar thing with like Cat as he did with Ben, but it felt weird. It felt like he didn't really fuck with Ben like that.
Because I just feel like players that need that extra boost from the coaches and from their teammates, Jimmy just don't like. He just wants you to have that dog in you automatically. He wants you to be no motivation necessary. I motivate myself. Like he wants them type of players.
Jimmy's another one where like even when he's not having the best efficient shooting night, like he
doing something. He got 10 assists,
passing, getting rebounds. Like he's doing something. Ben's not scoring the ball and not getting like open passes. It just feels like he's just there and not really doing anything.
So when he's like shutting down the best perimeter defender,
right? I'm not saying so. His defense don't mean that.
Better, like playing.
Getting a consistent like 7 rebounds a game.
Right. I'm like, this man averaged 7.5, 8. Come on.
That's doing nothing? Okay.
Average 1 steal and 0.6 blocks.
Trey shooting 2 of 15, but if Trey's still getting to the line like 20 times or some shit like that, and he still has like 30. Granted, this is more of a scheme thing than just Ben, because Ben can't control Trey passing it to somebody else and somebody else scoring. But I'm less like, I don't know, man. I just want more. I just will want more for Ben. I've seen dudes do it. I've seen dudes not have the best scoring night, and it just seems like they're assertive. Like he has the numbers, but the numbers just feel like it's like they don't translate.
They legit will like score 17 points, 9 boards, 11 assists, and have completely dominated that game with only 17 points. Right?
Right. He has those nights. To me, Ben's really similar to Paul George in the sense of like, he'll have really good games, but then his bad games are fucking horrible and like historically like memeable bad. Like his highs are high, but his lows are really fucking low. And the lows are usually like the things that cost them the win or the series. So people are gonna hang on to that because it's the worst possible thing.
I feel you there, but like even in these seasons that Ben has played, right, where these like he's so-called disappeared and have horrible seasons. This man is in first or second team all team defense every single year. Is the head of the point of attack on our offense that is like again like first, second, and third tier offense in the league every single year. He's defending you the best perimeter player every game. Like, we're not going to say that Ben Simmons is not having an impression on the game just because he's not scoring. Like,
I'm just talking the playoffs. And I'm not saying that, like, again, he does other things, but it feels like in the playoffs, those other things, when he does them, he doesn't
like that year, right? That year specifically, when they got knocked out by the Hawks. So that's just 2020? No, 2021. Sorry, 2021. Yeah, so like the 3 series that they won before getting there, he didn't contribute to those?
I'm not saying he doesn't contribute. I'm saying when he contributes, it doesn't feel like his numbers translate to wins as much. Is what it feels like. Those first, because again, usually whenever they're playing, because who they play first round, they play with Orlando or some shit like that. Like the teams they play, they're just exponentially more talented than. When they run into teams that have almost an equal level of talent, well, shit, they were the favorites over Atlanta. They weren't even like you look at those rosters, they weren't as talented as Atlanta. Whenever somebody is like they're on par with them, it feels like they don't live up to their potential. And usually, Embiid may not have the best game too. I'm not gonna give Embiid a slide on some shit too, because Embiid was also having a terrible ass game. Him and Tobias Harris too was having a really fucking terrible game. He was shooting like 3 for 50. They were all shooting like 2 for 15 or some shit like that. But Embiid's still getting people, like I talked about with Trey, where he's getting people in foul trouble. He's still drawing double teams. Granted, too, that's why I'm not putting it all on Ben, because some of that too is on the scheme Doc Rivers was running, where you got to use Ben more. Because if Embiid's getting triple teamed, find a way to like have Ben cut back door, have him do something else. I don't know. Plus, it didn't help that Ben is like publicly talked about like him not being comfortable in a certain type of role of like running off ball. Well, you say he's never done it before, and I'm just like, okay, bro, well, you better like we got to start learning at some point. Like try to add more facets to your game than just doing.
Imagine rugby.
Yeah. Should. At that point, I'm expecting you to do like some Steph Curry shit, where Steph can run on ball all day, but he has that off ball thing that makes him a threat that allows him to play with anybody and play in any role and play in any type of offense. When you're one dimensional as an offensive player, you have to always get a pick and roll. It's like it's a lot easier to guard. You have to kind of figure a lot more shit out, and it makes it harder to build a team around your game style. And it just made it even harder because if Embiid wasn't as good as Embiid was, then it'd be a lot easier because, okay, we just won't play Embiid as much and not give him as many shots. But for the fact that Embiid's MVP caliber player every year, it's like you want me to take my ball out of my MVP's hands and put it into this guy's hands. It's a whole fuck, because then I don't know. It's a lot of contributing factors. Ben just had the worst looking moment.
But I mean, again, like there are ways around this, right? So like if it was really that serious, they could have found ways to stagger Ben and Joel's minutes to like where they're playing separately. Like there are ways around this, but they just didn't choose to do any of those things. They just let it go nuclear.
It's like they were ready. They were ready to just move on, and they just needed it to go nuclear so they could move on.
Part of that too, I think, is they had a different coach every fucking year damn near, or every other year. There's no consistency in the franchise outside of the fucking front office.
I don't even think it was that, man. I feel like they just didn't know what they wanted to do with Ben and Joel. They just couldn't figure it out. Like it wasn't even, those players just could not coexist. Their play styles weren't going to complement each other. It sounded good on paper, but they didn't want to just run a Ben and Joel pick and roll to death. They don't want to do Joel. Yeah, Joel was like, nah, man, this is my post, bro. I don't want to share it with Ben. Okay, Ben, attack from the left side, bro, but I'm still stand down here. Like, you can. I'm gonna attack for the right side. I'm still be down here. Or why'd you have to do all that? Just give me the shit. I could just do this and it'll go in, bro. Just watch out. So, I mean,
it's crazy, bro.
Ben having a new start. I'm excited for that. We've been talking about Ben Simmons for hella long. Let's get one more topic in real quick, man. I want to know what y'all thoughts are with Donovan Mitchell, man.
Yeah, I like Donovan. Donovan Mitchell's one of my more favorite players to watch in the league.
So that's why you hate Ben, because he won that Rookie of the Year over D. Mitch.
Honestly, I thought Ben should have got that, honestly.
He deserved it.
He just played better. Because look at this, he's a cheat code. Like, he should be like a LeBron 2.0. The nigga's a cheat code. He's taller than LeBron, just as big, similar skill set. It's all. I mean, we'll get
LeBron just came in ready to dunk on motherfuckers. Like that's he was ready to do.
But in regards to Donovan, I think him just in a different. I just want to see him in a different look. Like Utah's like, we're gonna build around him. I'm like, I don't know. Donovan's about to be 26 soon. I don't know if he's gonna want to sit through a rebuild and just waste away a lot of the years of his prime through a rebuild of a mediocre team while you're trying to build some shit around them. At this point, you're banking on a draft. At this point. Yeah, bro. I really would want to see him in New York. We talked about New York and how difficult the defense would be, like the biggest option, biggest issue. Biggest issue with that team. But I think that team would be really good, even with them being. I don't think they'd be a terrible defense. They'd be a decent defense.
Yeah, I mean, there's no universe where Tibbs comes out and makes a terrible defense, but it's just gonna be. Like, if you have Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson, that's 2 6'1" guards. Like, big point guards are going to be a problem for them. Like,
true. They're in the East, so they'd have to deal with Who? LaMelo?
Lonzo, LaMelo.
I'm about to say Lonzo,
Lonzo's
Caruso.
not scoring. Like when those big.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
Look. Lonzo's my nigga.
Lonzo's shooting the peel off the ball. Stop playing.
He's shooting the peel off the ball, but he's not driving. Like at that point, if you're shooting from that deep, your side. What's the point of your size advantage at that point? You're shooting
over people.
If I'm 6'6" and I got a 6'1" guy coming at me, I'm not even seeing him on his closeout. I'm just like, all right, bucket.
Yeah,
but if you're that good, you're gonna do that regardless. You're that good of a shooter.
And
like Steph's 6'3" and he has 7 foot niggas closing out on him and it doesn't bother him. And Steph Curry, there's a million shooters like that. Like, in the NBA, if you're a good shooter,
not a
you're a
million
good shooter
like Steph Curry.
I'm about to say
that.
not like him, but in regards to like in the NBA, if you're a shooter in the NBA, you gonna hit that bitch no matter the contestants. You train to shoot those contests. It's an issue and it helps as a factor. But we've seen a million series where little ass guards just shoot in niggas' faces regardless, because that's the league we're in now, where shooters are just that good. So when you say size advantage, I'm imagining on where on some LeBron shit, where as soon as you get the mismatch and he's posting them up, Lonzo's not posting up, LaMelo's not posting up. Maybe Drew Holiday is the biggest issue. Is I know he posts up some, but even then he's a really inefficient scorer, so I'm not really worried about him too much. Like in the East, there's not that many crazy big point guards that play out of the post or that play inside it all that would make a threat or make it a big issue for them. Majority of their issue will come from like big man, like playing Giannis, playing Embiid, playing the Jokic's, because you don't really have the personnel. You have to like triple team.
It's like they have no switchability at that point, like none whatsoever.
You could throw a million bodies at a guard, because especially with Mitchell Robinson, they can switch onto a guard and stick with them. Like seamlessly. I think they're built to defend guards more than build shooters than they are the big men, obviously. Like it's kind of pretty much what fucking Chicago's like. It's pretty much what Chicago, where y'all have all the wings and guards to defend and switch, which I did not have the personnel to defend the Giannis.
And that shit was just annoying because he was just running through people, man. I'm like, bro. But hey, shout out to Vucevic for staying healthy the whole season. And now we got Andre Drummond, man.
Yeah, because now you can actually play Vuce at the 4. If you wanted to, and that's the whole thing.
I think quarter when Andre Drummond fouls out.
Yeah, that's all good. We still got Derrick Jones Jr. We got Pat, who's gonna have a breakout season this year. Javonte Green's still here. We have a hella guards. I feel like we're just gonna have a really fresh guard rotation. Like I know Billy Donovan only plays he has a small ass rotation. I think it's like 9 players in the playoffs, if that. So I think it's 9. So we'll see who makes the lineup, but I feel like if we play like Lonzo, like 20 minutes, stagger Goran Dragic out there and Io, hey man,
big zone.
Oh, man, we deep. We out here.
Y'all wanna get into this game?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. What were you finna say?
I didn't know if you wanted me to introduce the game or you wanted to introduce the game.
Honestly, go ahead, bro. I'm gonna introduce the game and you explain the rules, okay? Wait, actually, you go ahead and introduce the game because I don't even know which game we're doing now.
All right, today we're gonna do a game called Picture Perfect. And the way this game works is we pick a player and we try to build out a team that fits that player without giving them any of their players that they've actually played with before in real life. And since, we went so hard into them, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a good player to pick would be Ben Simmons. How y'all feel about that one?
Yeah.
We should probably have a stipulation where we can only have like one other all-star caliber player, so we don't end up with an all-star team.
Right.
And then just kind of go from there.
Well, one all-star player, and then the rest, other role players that he's never played with.
Bet. You want me to start, or you want to start?
I talked enough. I'll go ahead, Charlie.
All right. Immediately, Steph Curry, first and foremost. Like, that's the perfect fit for him. Off-ball, shooter, draw attention away from him. So that's this point guard. Because in my lineup, Ben's playing the 4 in my lineup. So 1 Steph. The 2, I'm probably going to go... I would go Clay if he was healthier, but he looked a little rough. So I'm probably going to move towards a... Chris Middleton's an all-star. Damn, never mind. Who's a solid number 2? CJ McCollum. Well, he's
also that's also
I'll go Drew Holiday. Add some more defense there. He's not the best scorer, but we have plenty of scoring with Steph and Ben. So having another shooting guard there that can just lock up and help out on that end would be nice. At the 3, I'm going to go. Give me Gordon Hayward. Well, he was an all-star at one point too. Never mind. This is a little more tough now.
All right, you know what? We'll do
Terrence Ross.
You know when there's been an all-star in the last 3 seasons. We'll do 3 seasons.
Okay, yeah, because there's a lot of niggas that were
like that used to be all-stars.
Right.
So all-star in the last 3 seasons. So up to 2019.
So give me Gordon Hayward. There's a lot of size there. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can pass. He can still be there on defense, and he can shoot the ball, catch and shoot wise. Still, we saw that. Like the last 2 seasons, he's been pretty good offensively. So at that point now, I got the smallest dude in my lineup is Steph Curry, and I got big wings and big guards that play defense, and then obviously Ben Simmons going to play Ben Simmons ball. And at the 5, I'm going to go Miles Turner at my 5 spot for more defense, and then he's stretch big, so if it fits that play style. And off the bench, I'd probably just put in another scorer, so I'd probably throw in Malik Monk as the 6th man off that bench as a guard that can score. There's another guard that can play off ball. We saw that with LeBron a lot. He can play off ball. He can score when need be. And then I guess a backup 4 for Ben to kind of play a similar style to him. I'd probably go Harrison Barnes. I feel like Harrison Barnes is a similar play style to what Ben Simmons would do, a similar skill set. So you could kind of play the same offense without being like all over the place. Yeah, I think 6 spots is good enough. I think we should just go 6.
Yeah, six.
Yeah, or 6 or 7. I did 7, I think.
No, the starting 5, 2 bench players. That's 6 players total that we're adding on to the main player. So yeah, 6. Yeah. And what about you, Stanley? What you thinking for Ben? Or you want me to go next?
I mean, I'll go, bro. Let me get into this because I got Drew at my 1 spot. Okay. Enough said. Drew is just gets you big shots when you need it. He's a stabilizing force on the team, plays great defense. Drew Holiday at the 1 spot. At the 2, gotta go with my boy Flight 8, Zach LaVine. Gotta go Zach at the 2.
That's your all-star pick, man.
Right, electrifying scorer, man. Need that. Pat Williams at the freaking 3. Another Bull. I believe in him. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. He's great defense to help back up Ben Simmons. So you got just 2 nice defensive-minded forwards at the 3 and the 4. And at the 5, I got Mo Bamba. He can shoot the ball. He's long. He's tall. That's a defensive stalwart of a team. Okay, that's my starting 5 to put around Ben Simmons.
Yeah, what's your 2 off the bench?
2 off the bench? I can't have my 2 off the bench. I'm gonna go Joe Harris because I mean he's a shooter. Yeah, I'm gonna go Joe, and I'm gonna go Jonathan Isaacs.
I see that.
Yeah, okay. More defense off the bench.
Shooting for that team's gonna be abysmal. Y'all niggas are
there. Yeah,
we're stoppers. There's no stoppers, man.
Mo Bamba is the best shooter on that team.
But hey, don't sleep. Pat can shoot and Zach can torch it. Don't sleep.
No. Zach is definitely a capable catching shooter. I mean,
yes, he can shoot. He just needs to believe he can shoot. It's not quite as bad as Ben Simmons. He'll actually shoot it. You just have to tell him if Ben throws it to him, he's gonna shoot it.
Man, I'm boxing winning that shit. I'm sitting on Zach LaVine the whole game.
Hey, all right. And Ben is gonna eat. Ben about to be gassed from trying to drive 50,000 times a game with 3 niggas in the paint. Yeah, all right. I need to see this now. I'm putting this on 2K. That lineup is on me on 2K, and we're playing that. Yes.
What we can do is for a video. I guess after this, we can start doing my GM series and make that roster and just simulate a whole season to see what happens.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should bet on whose season will be the most successful based off the roster. I'm with that. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. We can definitely do that for the show. That's something that we don't have to put a lot of effort into.
Yeah, Yeah, we can honestly, if you want to, we can knock that out. Well, I don't know what y'all got doing after this. We just knock that out real quick and just edit it in.
Sure. I don't. I got my stuff up. So I don't know.
Y'all know what my team is, so worst come to worst, y'all just put my stuff in there for me because y'all know I got that meeting. So.
Yeah, I forgot about that. All right, cool. So let's. Otis, yeah, it's your nigga. So go ahead.
For my 5, similar to Charlie over there, I gotta have Steph Curry at the 1. Mm-hmm. That just makes sense. I'm taking Desmond Bane at the 2.
Okay, nice.
I'm putting Ben at the 3. He's my 3. PJ Tucker is my 4.
Damn. Okay.
And I'm taking my All-Star at the 5, and I'm gonna go with Jokic there.
Wait, Ben wasn't an All-Star? Fucking Steph wasn't an All-Star?
Wait, no. Steph is also.
I'm about to say, you cheated.
Even with that team together, it's just weird because it's like Jokic is so ball dominant.
Right. I like having multiple ball handlers though. Like I like having multiple options on how I can start my attack. But super tweak though. Jokic is for sure as All-Star as well as Steph. So my 5, I'll put Maxi Cleveland.
Okay,
that's a good pickup. That's a good choice. That's good. I
wanted to go Mo Bamba, but like I'm trying to not have the fusion of y'all 2 lists together.
All right.
But staying no Mo Bamba, then my 9.
I have to snatch him.
That nigga said Steph Curry and
I definitely said Steph and Jokic on some tweets.
2 back-to-back MVPs with this.
Right, the most all-star of all-stars.
Yeah. No,
super team.
Maxi Cleveland at the 5.
All right, 2 role players.
My 2 role players off the bench. Give me Kevin Huerter. I want Kevin Huerter coming off the bench. And then I'll take another scorer, Tyler Hero.
All right.
I'll take that. It's a little small. The sizing in that lineup's a little weird to me with PJ Tucker at the 4 and Ben at the 3. But
I like PJ Tucker doing dirty work more than Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, exactly. I mean, Ben. I love Ben on help situations in the post, but I do not want him bodying up against like Zion for a whole game. I just don't want that to happen.
You think PJ Tucker about to hang with Zion though?
I don't, but
you gotta put Ben on Zion at that point.
No, put BJ Tucker as the primary defender on Zion, and then just have Ben just like hunting like in the help lanes. Like, be ready. Be ready.
ISO that shit every possession. He's about to barbecue chicken that nigga PJ. Y'all thought KD was barbecue chicken, and they about to have that man barbecue chicken.
KD did barbecue chicken. PJ Tucker.
Yeah, he was following the fuck out of him and pushing him, but that nigga KD was still dropping like 40 on like 70% efficiency. Some crazy shit.
Yeah, what was your 6 again? 7 again?
Steph Curry, Drew Holiday, Gordon Hayward, Ben Simmons, Miles Turner, Malik Monk, and Harrison Barnes.
Okay. That's
Are y'all in the game? Are y'all getting on the game later tonight?
Yeah, we
can just knock it out tonight then. We just make it honestly, we just make it a separate video just for the fucking to stack up on.
That's not.
That'll be. I really want to see how this shit plays out now. Honestly,
me too. Because I'm looking at these rosters now, and I'm like, okay.
I'll still this thing stand. If we built a roster around Ben Simmons, and the first person you didn't say was fucking Steph Curry, and it fucking kills me.
Yeah, because I couldn't. You said Steph first.
Yeah, but I'm just like, you could have said him too, like the quintessential.
But like, I want Ben. I've talked about this multiple times. How bad I want Ben Simmons on the Warriors. But
I can't afford him.
I couldn't. Yeah, we can't afford him.
I can't afford him.
Honestly, I was gonna say Marcus Smart, man, but Marcus Smart was an All-Star, wasn't he?
No.
Then I subbed Marcus Smart for Drew Holiday. That's what I wanted. I thought he was an All-Star. He was the Defensive Player of the Year this year.
That's just, for me, that's just not enough shooting.
Yeah, that was like Marcus Smart and Ben Simmons on the same court.
No, the defense is nasty still. The defense is nasty.
You're not scoring. We're going to get transition.
Yeah,
you got Zach LaVine in transition.
Like, basically, you turn it into the Heat from this year because, like, they stop everybody else from scoring, but they can't score themselves.
Plus, like, I will say this, Marcus, I know I talked about this with Otis, and this is an I told you so moment where Marcus Smart shoots well in the playoffs, usually. But there are games where like I don't know. I'm not counting on him to shoot with the amount of volume he needs to shoot with Ben Simmons wouldn't match what I would want him to do.
But that's the thing, because Zach can average 33 points a game, 34 points a game. Like, you can just let Zach score, man. You get him open. Joe Harris can give you like 12. Jonathan Isaac can get you like 10. Pat Williams can get you 15, 20. Like,
they can, but they're going to work so fucking hard for those buckets.
Maybe not, because the defense going to be so good. Man, fast break, got another steal, bro. Throw that up. Got you. Hey, layup.
You have to score in the other end, and the other team's defense is going to be a lot easier to guard you because they're just staying home. Unless y'all niggas are having an abnormally high, like they're in the best shooting form they've ever been in, then I see it. But on a day-to-day basis, you're not shooting enough for me to be like, all right, I'm going to stay home, or we're going to I'm not
against your team. I'm like everybody sit in the paint. Whole full. We're playing a box one.
I hope Mo Bamba get hot. He drained 3 threes. Now you got to step out on him. Pat Williams hit a couple shots.
I'm letting them keep draining those things because everybody else is coming to the paint.
Mo only shoot like 32% on 3 attempts.
Come on, no. Let me look that up. Man.
I know we wanted him in LA for a minute. I wanted him in LA. And I was like, I mean, he sounds nice, and I wouldn't mind having him, but I'm like, I don't know if he's.
Hey, 2018, 30%. 2019, 34. 2020, 32. 2021, 38%. 38%.
How many attempts, though?
Yeah, well, like
2. I guarantee the 38% I'm calling now was on 2 attempts.
Hold up.
I swear to God, I bet it's on 2 or 3 attempts. 38%.
Yeah, max 3%.
So he's going 1 for 3 every other night. Because for him, it sounds like 32 to 33 is about where he is on like 4 attempts. It's like that's about where he is.
2.5. 2.5.
Do that shit.
2.5, boy.
He's solid. Then on defense, he has the wingspan, but he just begins
7'10".
He'll be playing aggressive enough, like.
But he's only 24, bro. He's got to develop that man mentality. Like, man, I'm big as hell out here, and I'm gonna start babying these dudes.
I just want him to be Giannis on defense. Just be the ultimate help side defender.
I mean, but like asking another player to be Giannis is a lot. Like, we're not gonna pretend like there is another Giannis or has ever been another Giannis. Giannis is a phenomenal player.
There's been Giannis on defense though. Like, I'm not asking you to go get 35. I just want you to like. Whenever you see somebody driving hard, it's to come from the weak side with your the longest wingspan in NBA history and just block that shit or alter the shot. Like, you long and you're fast. Like, you should be able to get like across the restricted area with a quickness and just alter a shot. You're 7'1" with like a damn near 8-foot wingspan.
Yeah, you got an 8-foot wingspan. Yeah, nothing. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's scoring on my team.
We've seen Rudy Gobert, and even like Rudy Gobert's not that much bigger than he is, and he has a longer wingspan than Rudy. But Rudy's not even weak side. He's just like he's the main, the main defensive anchor. He's still altering shots. I just want you to be weak side. I just want you to like come across on the weak side and get shit.
I mean,
but again, like you said, he is 24, so maybe he gets that later on. We talked about big man development already.
I mean, it took Giannis a minute to become Giannis. Giannis is not himself immedately.
It took him like a 40-pound weight gain.
That nigga's an alien, though. That nigga is a monster. He stole somebody. You see videos of him like early in his career, and I'm just like, bro, you look like a 6th grader that's 7 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And now he's the best basketball player on the planet, arguably.
The Greek god is crazy.
All right, y'all. My phone will die right in the middle of this show, so I won't record the outro.
Yeah, let's just wrap it up then. Unless you close out, Stanley.
All right, y'all boys. It has been real, man. Dope talking about hoops. You already know. It's been another episode of Game Chat. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will be back with another episode next week. You already know, so keep it locked. Diesel, any little last remarks y'all gotta put out before we dismiss the people?
We get Kyrie. We win in the ring next year. We get Kyrie.
I would say like I hope like everything with the Nets is resolved by this next episode we do, but I feel like that's a long saga, unfortunately.
The Durant saga.
The Durant saga.
Lakers in 3.
Like Lakers in 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if y'all get Kyrie, I still ain't worried. You know what I'm saying? But we will.
Oh nigga, we beat y'all on 4 if we get Kyrie. I'm sorry, we on your ass.
We'll see.
We on your ass. But
I see that.
It's like, I mean, y'all gotta win a playoff series before I take y'all as a threat.
Nigga, what are you talking about? We gotta be healthy. We just
Hold on, we should just cut it at that. Y'all gonna win a playoff series where I can sit here.
Yeah, we just got a ring like 2 years ago.
And since then, y'all haven't won a playoff series. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, we haven't played. Okay, whatever. Go ahead. I'll let you have that one.
All right.
You talked about injuries a minute ago, and now you want to ignore them now. Okay.
Man, thank y'all
2
for
straight
watching.
years of being injured, that's not an excuse.
Niggas is old and fragile.